Hey everybody, welcome back to 8-Minute Morning. I'm Ayo, and that's Babuji, and we're tired. Today's practice is in bridging earth to sky, or as I like to say, getting your ass out of bed in the morning. So you can start in bed or on the floor. You might want some padding for your knees, a strap, or a chair. So we're going to start on the back, and you can be lying in bed if you like. And we're just going to start by drawing the knees into the chest. And you could use a strap behind your legs, or you can just grab to the back of the thighs. And we're just going to do a couple of moving the knees in and out. I'm really focusing on using my arms here and letting my hip sockets be nice and soft. And then I'm just going to link this with the breath a few times. So I'm going to inhale, let my knees float away. And then I'm going to exhale and let my knees float in. So nice and easy in the hip sockets. You could also take circles with the knees if that felt good. Just getting a little movement in the hips, in the digestion, and the spine. Okay, and then I'm going to lower my feet to the floor. I'm going to take a twist. So I'm going to move my hips over towards the left, and then I'm going to let my legs come over towards the right. And you may want padding between your knees. And then I'm going to take this arm in a circle. So I'm going to circle my arm up overhead. And then I'm going to exhale and open it out. Now you may be taking a smaller circle, or your hand may be able to touch onto the floor, just depending on your range of motion. So take what feels good for your body, just to start to warm the shoulder up. And I'm going to do this just one more time. I'm going to inhale my arm overhead, and then this time I'm going to bring my arm out to the side towards the left. So I just fall into a twist. Now, if your arm and your shoulder don't touch all the way on the floor, you could put some padding underneath that shoulder to support it so that you don't overstretch through the shoulder joint. And then I'm going to take some deep breaths here. Imagining that I could feel the air entering my lungs. All right, I'm going to draw myself back to center. I'm going to take the other side. So I'm going to move my hips a few inches over towards the right, let my knees and my legs come over towards the left. And then I'm going to take my right arm in circles up above the head and then opening out. Again, it could be off the floor or on the floor, depending on your range of motion or what feels good. It's just to get some movement in the shoulder and in the back. I like to inhale the arm up and exhale. Find an opening. Okay, this last one, I'm going to inhale the arm overhead. And then as I exhale, I'm just going to let myself fall into the twist. Again, you could pad underneath your arm if your arm and your shoulder are not touching onto the floor. And then just a couple deep breaths here. Inhale. Feeling the lungs draw in air. Exhaling, feeling the pose soften. And again, inhaling. And exhale to soften. All right, I'm going to roll all the way over onto my left side, drawing my right arm over. And then I'm going to bring myself up to sit, using my hands and my arms to support me. And then I'm going to flip myself over onto my hands and knees. You might have padding under your knees. We're going to take a couple cat-cows here. So I'm going to let my belly drop and open through the heart. And exhale around the spine. If you're not weight bearing through the hands, you could also do this just sitting upright. Just getting some flexion and extension of the spine along the breath. I'm going to do that just one more time. And I exhale to round. I'm going to come back towards a neutral spine, and I'm going to step my right knee. For me, I stepped my left knee in a little bit and step my right foot out to the right. And then I'm going to draw that right foot forward so it's more in line with my shoulder. Now, you may already feel a pretty strong inner thigh stretch here. If you don't feel it so much, you could bend your elbows, or you could also bring your elbows all the way down onto the floor. I'm going to bend my elbows here, and I'm just going to rock forward and back. So I'm going to inhale, rock weight forward onto my hands, and exhale, rock back. And I'm going to inhale, rock forward, and exhale back. Okay, I'm going to switch to the other side. I should have said this before, but if you're not weight bearing on your hands, you could also have just a little support in front of you. You'll probably need some good padding under your knees then. All right, I'm going to bend my elbows here. Inhale, rock forward. And exhale, rock back. And just one more, just getting the body doing some weight bearing in the shoulders as the legs start to open. All right, I'm going to bring myself back to hands and knees. Options here, you could press yourself to a downward facing dog if that's part of your practice, or take a child's pose, however much space you need between the knees. Hands walk forward. I'm keeping my toes tucked under so that I can get a little stretch in the bottoms of the feet. And then I might even make this a little bit more active by actively walking my hands out, or maybe tenting the fingertips and lifting the palm of the hand up off the floor. Just 3 breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. You can feel the forehead down on the ground, or you could put padding underneath it. I can feel the back of my body facing up towards the sky. All right. We're going to meet by stepping the right foot forward between the hands, or forward on the mat, I should say. So if you're in downward dog, you can step it there. You could also use the bed or the chair, stepping that foot forward. And then we're going to tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and find a lunge pose. Now you could be supporting yourself. You might have your hands down, or you might bring your hands up, either onto the thigh or reaching the arms up towards the sky. I'm bending my front knee right over the ankle, thinking about my back leg nice and strong back. So from the belly button below, it's like you're the roots of a tree grounding down, and my waistline is above is like a sturdy, strong trunk of a tree. And then my head and my neck and my arms are just easy branches. Okay. You could come to downward facing dog if that's part of your practice. I'm going to show the downward facing dog on the back of the chair. If you haven't checked out that video yet about adjusting a practice to be inversion-free, I'll post a link here if you want to check that out. But I'm going to find a little what we call axial extension of the spine. So I'm going to stretch both the curves of the spine, both the front and the back. So I'm not over dropping and I'm not rounded, but I'm really trying to pull my spine nice and long. And that for me means that I'm bending my knees, keeping some strength there in the legs. All right, we're going to trade out to the other side. I'm going to draw my left foot forward, my right foot back, finding your lunge pose, whatever's comfortable in terms of the support that you need. Hands down, hands on the floor. I'm going to bring my arms up. And then again, just thinking the waist and below, I'm just rooted and grounded. And then above, strong and steady, loose and easy through my upper body. Here you are linking earth and sky, groundedness and openness. Okay, I'm going to come up to stand on this one. And then I just invite you to inhale and lift your arms up. Feel your openness and your length here. And exhale, I'm going to press my palms together at my midline in front of the heart. I can feel that the earth comes up to meet me, so I'm not sagging. So I invite you as you go through the rest of your day to think about your connection between the earth and your groundedness, those that have come before you that walked on this earth, and then also to think about this element of the sky. How is it that you're connected to a sense of lightness, and finding whatever balance it is that you need. If you feel a little too grounded and a little too low, can you find a little more sky, a little more lightness? If you feel a little too lightheaded and kind of spacey, can you find a connection to the earth beneath you? Thanks, everybody. Hope you have a wonderful day.